I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Welcome to the 12th annual Whitney M. Young Jr. Service Award Celebration. We gather again to celebrate deserving individuals who have paved the way to success for the Pathway to Adventure Council's Restoring the Village program. The Restoring the Village program teaches youth how to become assets and not liabilities to their communities, take personal responsibility, and show respect for others. They also learn the importance of community service, discipline, and leadership. It is important to state that COVID-19 may have changed the way scouting is delivered, but it did not stop scouting. The program simply went virtual. There were many fun activities that allowed young people to socialize while earning merit badges and even camping in their own backyards. Because the show must go on, Scouts participated in digital technology classes. We also had a virtual 5K, and the funds that were raised were given to essential workers. I'm proud to tell you that the BSA is welcoming a new Diversity and Inclusion badge. This badge will be a requirement to attain the rank of Eagle. To our Restoring the Village Eagle, Bronze, Silver, Gold, and corporate sponsors, we salute your investment in the young people of our city. We thank you for your support and look forward to seeing you next year. To our friends Juanita Temple and Malik Nevels, Scouting could not exist without you. Thank you. All funds from tonight's celebration will serve disadvantaged youth in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Thank you again and enjoy the evening.
I'm Toni Prakwinkle, President of the Cook County Board of Commissioners, and for the last couple of years I've been a member of the Pathway to Adventure Council. You know, I was a Scout. I was a Girl Scout. My grandsons have been Boy Scouts for a number of years. My oldest grandson is an Eagle Scout. And Scouting has provided them with a network of friends and positive activities that have been really helpful to them in their lives. And in many of our black and brown neighborhoods, the options, the out-of-school, after-school options for young people, young men and women, are pretty limited. And Scouting provides a tremendous opportunity for kids to be exposed to the broader world, to have experiences like camping that might not otherwise be available to them. And I just want to thank the Pathway to Adventure Council for its commitment to restoring the village and providing this kind of great programming in black and brown and underserved neighborhoods. Thank you.
I believe Scouting is needed in Chicago because of all the violence, all the crime, and the danger there is on the streets now. If we can get our kids out of the streets and into Boy Scouts, we can teach them to become better men and women and be a positive image in our community instead of them roaming the streets and susceptible to violence and dangers. My name is Pedro Diaz. I am one of the leaders from Cub Scout Pack 1986. I've been involved with the Boy Scouts of America for about 5 years. I first started in Cicero, which is a suburb of Chicago. I started about 9, 10, made it all the way to become a Wheelo. So I did progress quite a bit. It was actually a pack at our church. So I always saw, kids going back and forth and, kind of intrigued me. I decided to stay one day and, find out what it was all about. I remember going camping, doing the jamboree, doing work to earn your merit badges. To me, that was fun. I enjoyed, doing the work, and then at the end of the day, being rewarded to, and receive your merit badge. Then being able to pin it on your satchel and everything, and to me that was fun. To me I felt good. I felt good about myself because I actually did something. What have I learned from scouting that I still use today? There's actually quite a few things that that I'm still using. One's being a gentleman, treat others kindly, treat others with respect, treat everybody the way you would like to be treated. Being a good person, being somebody that you would like your kids to say that you're proud to be. I continue to stay engaged because I want to give back. I had such a good experience when I was doing Boy Scouts, and everything that I learned and what I was taught, and I want to give that back to our community. I think the youth nowadays has lost a lot of respect. The way they treat others, the way cyberbullying and all that. I don't remember going through that when I was as a kid growing up. I don't remember the type of antagonizing that they do now, and I want to kind of build them to know that that's not the way you're supposed to act. I want them to learn to, be nice to each other. Treat others the way you want to be treated. I believe scouting is an avenue to where they can take and get away from the violence, get away from all that danger on the streets. I'd rather have them being productive and learning something good instead of something bad or being in danger. The most important part of me participating in Boy Scouts and being active is the smile on the kids. Knowing that they're having a good time, that they're learning, and that I'm teaching them. Others should get engaged in scouting because I think it helps build your character, build yourself to be a better person in our community. For me, it's giving me that urge, and I want to give back, to help, and to continue to contribute. It's an honor to be a recipient of the Whitney Young Award. But I was shocked that I was nominated, and then my peers actually voted for me to receive the award. I don't do this for the recognition. I don't do it for the awards. I do it because I want to give back. And to be nominated and actually receive the award, to me, it's truly an honor and a blessing.
I went to the Globetrotters with my family and the Scouts. We went to the locker room and I met two people of the Globetrotters, and they said they were practicing when they were 3 years old. I went camping few times, and I liked making a fire with my dad, getting all of the wood, and I also liked making s'mores and roasting my marshmallows and hot dogs. I slept under the stars. One day I hope to be an Eagle Scout. My name is Sebastian, and I am a Scout because of you.
During our Family Life Merit Badge workshop, I had all of the children to bring in a parent, and I wanted two. And a lot of them have single parents. A lot of them are raised by grandparents. And one of the saddest moments, but enlightening moments, one of the questions asked the young men, what do you think a good father is? This is gonna make me cry. And a lot of them said, I don't know. And so I just told them to imagine if they had a father, what would they want him to be? And so a lot of them never thought about it before, and they never really pictured what a father would be in their lives, but it gave them the opportunity to know what kind of man they wanted to be and be able to develop that and write that down on paper and then strive to be that. And so I think the program in that very small moment really worked because it made them stretch their limits and it made them see beyond what they'd ever experienced before. My name is Kalana Mack. I am the Scout Master of Troop 53B. I am the Assistant Scout Master of Troop 53G. I am the Crew Advisor for Crew 53 and a committee member for Pack 53, all located in Gary, Indiana. Scouting is a very big part of my family. My son became an Eagle Scout in 2011, And my daughter, hopefully, will become one of the first female Eagle Scouts in this inaugural class. She just finished her Eagle Project on August 22nd, 2020. We are a scouting family. We believe in its principles. We believe in its program. We believe in all the things that it teaches us. I've been involved with Boy Scouts for over 20 years now. I started in 1998-99 when my son first joined Cub Scouting. I volunteer like every other parent does, started attending meetings with him, and then, you know, they ask you to do a little more and a little more. I think my biggest memory would be in 2010 when Scouting celebrated its 100-year anniversary. I served on the VIP committee at the National Jamboree. I was there for over 2 weeks. I saw a lot and experienced a lot with Scouting, and for the first time, I really felt like I knew what it was all about. I was around a lot of people that were doing great things there. And for instance, there was a gentleman there at the time, he was the president of Voorhees College, an African-American gentleman, and he had been denied his Eagle rank in the 50s or 60s, I can't remember. And it was at the National Jamboree that they awarded him his Eagle Scout rank. So it was just a special moment. And I was just really proud of the strides we had made. I celebrated my birthday there as well. So I celebrated with 50,000 of my closest friends. And it was just really a wonderful time. I stay engaged because it's so needed. Despite all of the issues we may have and the things that we've gone through, the program works. I've seen it work. I know that it works. It's tiring, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love the children that I work with. I honestly love each and every one of them. And some of my best moments throughout the year are when I'm with my kids. And so I just love it, and I think that everybody should be involved. The program to me really works because it gives you a plethora of opportunities. For example, it not only teaches you outdoor skills, but we work heavily on our public relations skills, our communication skills. We teach about financial responsibility. Some of the merit badges I purposely make sure we do together so that I make sure that they get it and they understand. The other beautiful thing about our crew is that we are able to travel abroad. Every year we raise funds so that we can travel and give back. So we do mission work as well as have fun. We've gone to Jamaica, we've gone to Dominican Republic. Last year we went to Canada, and along the way we stopped in Flint, Michigan, delivered water. This year our plan was to go to Puerto Rico and work with Habitat for Humanity and build homes. Of course we can't do that. We weren't able to do that because of COVID, but you know, just the experiences, the program, it really does work, and it helps them look outside themselves to see what they can be and not just, you know, flounder in the surroundings that they are. The one thing that I've learned in Scouting that I still use today and every day is to be prepared. I mean, it's so simple because we say the motto time and time again, but just to be prepared. Be prepared for all things, whether it's have things in your car, so when the weather is bad, whether it's doing interviews like this, when you practice public speaking. I do an exercise with my scouts. When they come in the door, I just throw a word at them like money, go. And they know that they're supposed to give me an opening 3 points and a closing. Be prepared. Be prepared to speak. Be prepared to help someone. Be prepared to help yourself. Be prepared to take on any opportunity that's given. They can use that, and as adults, we can use that to always be prepared. I believe others should be involved in Scouting because I live every day by this mantra. If you're not going to help the youth, don't talk about the youth. I refuse to let anyone in my presence down today's youth and talk about how they are and how they're killing the country or the things that they can't do and how terrible they behave. If you're not going to help them, don't hinder them. We have generational gaps all over the place. A lot of times, older people don't want to talk to younger people. They don't know how they're going to respond. Younger people don't have respect for older people. And I just think if we can do different activities to bring them together and to help them, and get involved in Scouting is one of those things. It gives people the opportunity to volunteer and help close those gaps as well as mentor youth. Restoring the Village allows us to offer Scouting to low-income families and for those whose parents can't volunteer or don't have the time to volunteer, so community members get involved. And so I think Restoring the Village is a wonderful program because Scouting, although the fee, you know, in some eyes it's small, in some eyes it's very, very large. And so with us paying for their program and paying for their materials, it offers them that opportunity. A lot of times in our brown and black areas, we don't have scouting because they just see it out of reach. And Restoring the Village brings it home to them. Being a recipient of the Whitney M. Young Jr. Award is just, I'm so honored. I'm honored, I'm pleased, I'm excited. He was a man that believed in equality, and that's something I've definitely been working towards in my scouting career, professionally and non-professionally. In volunteering, I want to make sure that we reach out to, again, every family that's willing to be involved in scouting. I'm trying to make it happen. Just to be named as one of the recipients is such an honor, and thank you for the opportunity. Good evening. My name is Kendall Jackson from Girl Troop 53. I am here to show you how you can save a life. How, you ask? I'm going to teach you how to tie a bowline knot. The bowline knot can help you rescue a person that is beyond your reach. For example, if you go hiking and someone falls into a hole or off a cliff, you will be able to come to their aid. In the keepsake package that was delivered to you, you will find a piece of rope. I will give you a few seconds to locate it. Once you have your rope, you want to first make a 6 with the tail in the back. Then you want to take the long piece of string that we call the bunny rabbit and pull it through the back of the hole. After, you want to take the bunny rabbit and go around the tree. Then you place the bunny rabbit through the first hole and pull. And here's your bowline knot. I'm going to do it again. If you are ever in need to rescue someone, this is the knot to use. Thank you to this evening's sponsors, and congratulations to all the Whitney M. Young Jr. recipients. Enjoy the rest of the celebration.
I just want to thank Stephen Schwab for his leadership. I think it's fair to say that the good work that's been done over the last several years that I've been involved really revolves around him. His tremendous commitment to scouting and his willingness to spend an incredible amount of time just to make the Pathway to Adventure Council and the merger that involved work is pretty astonishing. So I just want to acknowledge his good work. I know he's gone on to other things, but I just want to acknowledge his good work and thank him for his commitment to scouting, and particularly his commitment to scouting in this region during a very difficult time for the national organization.
The winds of change are blowing across America now, very strongly, finally, in an even more inclusive way. And we need to prepare the youth to take advantage of the opportunity that scouting offers, not only for them personally, but for our nation and the world as a whole. My name is Stephen Schwab. I am a lawyer. I'm a partner in a law firm known as DLA Piper, and I've been involved in the Boy Scouts of America since I was 7 years old. I began as a Cub Scout and had a great time, although I was that kid whose car in the Pinewood Derby never made it down the track because 2 of the wheels came off. I insisted on building it myself. I learned the hard way. Anything that I did as a Scoutmaster is a single greatest memory, because working with the youth is the gift that you're given in return for being involved as a Scout leader, watching Scouts grow. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Whether they made it to Eagle or not, they stay in touch. We are a family. I stay involved because I see the changes that Scouting makes in youth. When a boy or a girl adopts the scouting principles and becomes part of the movement, you see them change, you see their family change through getting involved, you see their family's friends change, you see their neighborhoods change, and if the Scouts adopt all of the leadership principles and skills that we give them, you see their communities change. Being open to the challenges that are presented, whether it's cutting wood, swimming in a lake, getting along with people that you haven't met, who may not look or act like you, those are the skills that we need. They teach people how to deal with the environment, how to overcome a challenge and survive in a difficult situation, and how to work together with others to accomplish common ends. What does restoring the village mean to me? Everything. Everything. What we've done in Pathway to Adventure Council, making it a truly diverse and inclusive council, vertically through the staff, horizontally through the membership, that is the thing that makes me feel the best about what I've contributed, next to influencing the lives of the Scouts that I've worked with. Youth, as Baden-Powell said, need to have the opportunity to overcome challenges out of doors. Not every kid can go to Camp Owassabee in Michigan, but they can go, thanks to our partnership with the Cook County Forest Preserve and the Park District in Chicago, to a park across the street and learn how to canoe, how to kayak. And so what Restoring the Village does is create those opportunities for youth and their families to get involved on an equal basis with everybody else. Anybody who now subscribes to the Scouting principles, takes the oath, abides by the law, lives the motto and the slogan, is welcome to be a Scout. Just become part of the movement. Our Restoring the Village units and the youth that are in them have been our color guard. They have been present at our dinner, and when you see the light in those eyes, when you see the smiles on those faces, when you see the pride in the way they wear the uniform, and you know that every one of those youth, prior to our Restoring the Village program, may not have had that opportunity, you know how important it is. I hope that people will recognize the opportunities that we provide, that the youth from the neighborhoods who didn't have the opportunities before will rise up and demonstrate not only to those coming after them and in their communities what they can accomplish, but that they will be a beacon of hope. I pray every day that the national organization will continue to evolve and adopt the principles of inclusive diversity that we've adopted here in Pathway. It works. We're growing again. Scouting had been diminishing in numbers and in economic support for many years, and by adopting an openly inclusive and diverse commitment through the Restoring the Village program, we are growing. People don't have to put on a uniform to support Scouting. We need hands, we need backs, we need legs, we need wallets. There's so many ways for people to participate in and enjoy the rewards of Scouting depending on their unique opportunities and their capabilities. The country is so much better off when people who have been raised in Scouting become elected representatives, when they become leaders of business, when they become leaders of charitable organizations. It's why we literally wear this on our sleeves. We are growing together, we are open to all. Those 5 words, to me, express all of my hope and all of my dream for Scouting. If we can continue to achieve this, we'll all be so much better off, and we'll all be a lot happier. And we can then accomplish so much more. I still can't get over the fact that I'm sitting here and that I'm receiving this. There are so many other people who have done so much more for Scouting, who have so much better lived up to the life and example of Whitney Young, who should be sitting here and not me. It's very meaningful to me. I will accept the award humbly, with great thanks, but on behalf of all of the other people.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kyrie, and I'm from Troop 1555 at South Side of Chicago. Now, my scouting story is a bit unique. I didn't come in through Cub Scouts, I actually came in through Boy Scouts. I was introduced by one of my friends telling one of their stories about being at camp and having so much fun. I looked into it, did some research, and learned about all the benefits that I could have from scouting, and it captivated me. One thing that I really loved about scouting was not only the connections that you would make, but just being able to spend some time with friends and anyone that you meet. A time scouting has tested my ability to persevere was during a camp trip at Owasso. I applied to do wilderness survival, which meant that I had to survive for one night with only the clothes on my back and one additional item. It was tough. It was a really cold night, and I knew that I had to stay warm no matter what, or I was gonna have to deal with some unfortunate circumstances. I had friends to aid me, and we just kept on trying, looking for sticks on the ground and figure out ways to conserve our body heat so that way we could have a smooth night. We did it. We persevered through it, and we figured out ways to keep ourselves warm. Not only did this experience teach me how to persevere, but it also taught me to be calm and collected during certain circumstances and to think critically. Another experience I've had was because of all of you. Because of your grateful donations, I was able to experience the Summit High Adventure Camp, a camp that allowed me to do so many more things beyond just Owasso or Camp Sullivan, hiking through the woods, experiencing different types of nature, such as different plants, trees, even wildlife like deer and amphibians. My second favorite thing is zip lining, just moving so fast and being able to see all different types of things depending on what you're doing, whether it's a high zip line or a zip line through wildlife and nature itself. None of these experiences would have been possible without all of your help. Thank you. My scouting journey has inspired my Eagle Scout project. It was a cold fall day, and that's when it hit me. We had the comfort of our homes. It was nice and warm, we had a bed to go to, but there are people who didn't have that luxury that we had. There are people who are just out there with only the clothes on their back, just like I had when I was doing my wilderness survival. And that's when I decided to help the homeless in Lower Wacker Drive. My Eagle Scout project was focused on gathering donations from friends, families, and even members of my church. I gathered various hygiene materials, clothes, coats, blankets, and all sorts of things to help people survive through this upcoming winter. I even got together with the CEO of Emerald City Services to plan out an entire Thanksgiving dinner for everybody down there. It was a way to not only give what they needed, but to give love, compassion, and to show them that they were cared for. The Eagle Scout project meant a lot to me. I knew what it was like to try and survive a cold night And I didn't want anybody to be forced to go through that, let alone go through a whole winter. Not only was I able to gain a sense of pride, but I was also able to meet a side of Chicago that I never knew before, a side of Chicago that I might have just drove past. I would like to give a shout out and special thanks to my mom and Miss Howard. For my mom, who's always driven me to scout meetings and pushed me ever since day one. And to Miss Howard, who's always been a scout chaperone because my mom was afraid of bugs and creepy crawlies. But I would also like to give a special thanks to Miss Cheryl Wall, who's been a mentor for me ever since the beginning. She taught me not only what it meant to be a scout, but to be a young man, growing up in this world and trying to navigate through life. It gave me great passion when she was on my board of review to become an Eagle Scout. But unfortunately, 2 months later, she passed away. I was her last Eagle Scout that she would ever inaugurate, but it also pained me to know that she wouldn't be able to do it again. Thank you, Miss Wall, for teaching me so many things about myself. Thank you for giving me so many new experiences. Thank you. My scouting journey has come to full circle, and it wouldn't have been possible without all of you donors. Today, I implore you to give another scout the opportunities that I was given. Click that donation button and give someone else the chances that I was given. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Juanita Temple, and I am proud to be the Whitney M. Young Jr. Service Award Honorary Chair. I would like to express my appreciation to our sponsors and donors who gave their treasure and time in support of tonight's event. Tonight's honorees, our heroes, Stephen Schwab, Kelowna Mack, and Pedro Diaz, have demonstrated and continue to demonstrate their commitment to youth, scouting, and our community, for which, again, we are eternally grateful. I would also like to thank my husband of 52 years, Dr. Ronald J. Temple, whose lifetime commitment to scouting has inspired me and brought me on this great journey to help our youth. Mr. Young said, "It is better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared." That is what scouting does. It prepares our young people with lessons in leadership, helps them be better citizens, and readies them for the world. It provides them the opportunity to acquire practical skills, see beyond their windows in their neighborhoods, and opens up doors for them that otherwise might have remained closed. Restoring the Village has acted as a beacon and guide during these perilous times. How do we get our youth out of the streets? Restoring the Village programs provide the experiences that will positively influence these young people for the rest of their lives. We need more volunteers like tonight's recipients, volunteers that are willing to give their time to change lives. Please click Get Involved for more information. If you cannot volunteer during these hectic times, your donation will support our continuing programs. Scouting doesn't just happen without you. You make it possible for all youth through your time, talent, and treasure. Your example, your time, and your generosity have provided undaunting support, and for that, again, we are eternally grateful. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you next year.